Hi guys, this is Andy from Mobile Must Have, and in this video we're going to go over the 400P-RVS from VIAIR and the 450 RVS from VIAIR and figure out what's the difference really between the two and which one might be the right one for you if you're trying to figure out which one you want. Now, VIAIR has a whole lineup of different tire inflation devices. They've got lower end ones for smaller applications like vans or cars. That's going to be the 89. You also have the 300P-RVS, which is a little bit more designed for the towables. You still get pretty good high PSI with that, but you don't have quite the full duty range you're going to get with these higher end models. You also don't get all the accessories that you get with these. These units actually have the same accessories, so you're going to get those two long extension kind of air cables. You're going to get the really nice kind of handgun type of action with two different connection points. If you want the gas station style air pump with the kind of the straight front and back air filling option, you've got that too. But my favorite one is actually what we're going to call the knee saver, where you can actually screw it right onto the tire. It's a flexible cord. It's about 3 feet, so you can actually stand with this and still check your pressure and put air in the tire. I think it's actually my favorite feature of this and definitely the one I use the most. But from an accessory standpoint, like I said, these units are going to be virtually the same. Where the key difference is kind of the insides of the compressor that's used to put air into the tires. The 400, surprisingly, is actually a little bit faster on specs, if you've noticed, over the 450. It has a little bit of a bigger diaphragm, basically, so it's going to push a little bit more air through. The drawback, though, is it does create more heat, so you have a shorter runtime overall. So you have about, if you're at 100 or plus PSI, you're going to have a shorter runtime of about 20 minutes max before you need to let it rest and cool off. The 450 actually doesn't have the same diaphragm. It's going to be a little bit smaller, so it creates less heat, and because of that, it can actually run longer. And I'm talking a very slight change in speed of air going through, but in exchange, you can actually run it basically forever without it overheating if you're at 100 PSI or lower. If you go over 100 PSI, you can run this for 40 minutes, and then it asks for it not to overheat, so it wants to rest at that point. They're both really good units. It just kind of depends on if you're doing something more like a trailer and you want kind of all the features, and your max tire is at 80 PSI or anything really under 100, the 400 might be enough for you, and that's a great option. If you've got tires that are over 100 PSI and you might be filling them up a lot, especially like this Class A behind me, it might be better to go with the 450 because you won't really ever have to turn it off and let it rest and wait so you can fill up more tires if, let's say, you're seasonal and you're leaving and all of a sudden you've noticed everything is low. Both of them are super great units. It's just going to be the runtime that's the main difference. Now, some other key things to mention about these pumps that really make them, I think, above all the other ones we've tried on the market is they are so quiet. If you compare this to another kind of compressor you might have heard in a commercial garage, or you might already have a different one. These things have mufflers on them, so they're really quiet. So we have filled up in campgrounds, and I've never been worried about disturbing people from excessive noise or anything, which has been nice, especially if you're leaving early and you need to fill up your tires. You're not going to be waking up your neighbors. And the other thing to mention too is you'll see in this part of the video, I'll show the range of how with one cable I can hook actually the power up in the very back of this Class A, and it'll reach all the way to the front tire with one hose. Of course, if you need to go to the other side, you could use the second hose. I never even actually connected the second hose to reach all tires of this rig, even if it's towing its car behind it. And a lot of Class A's will even have batteries on the front and the back. So you might have your house battery and your dry battery in different locations. So keep that in mind too. I know for my fifth wheel, we're 60 feet bumper to bumper. And this has always been able to reach typically with one hose, but I could leave and kind of be lazy and with two hoses and get to everything and not even have to move the compressor at all. So it's just really convenient, and it comes with everything you need. All right, guys, if you have any questions on these units or any other units or really anything Mobile Must Have related, as always, you can leave a comment below, but it is best to email us at info@mobilemusthave.com, or you can chat with us directly on our website, mobilemusthave.com, there as well. All right, guys, hope to see you on the road. Bye.